of the Nintendo Switch 2 and Mario Kart World, there has a lot to talk about when it comes to the gaming industry and where is the future of gaming is going to. I have played games for so many years, Mario Kart for since I was a baby. In Mario Kart World, I have the opportunity to buy the Nintendo Switch 2 and played it firsthand, and actually already beat it and played multiple hours with family and friends. And in this video, we will talk about the future of the microtransactions, the future of gaming, and the bad things about gaming in 2025. But first, we will talk just a tiny bit about the gospel. Hi, and welcome to The Connection. My name is Luis Garcia. If you don't know me yet, I am currently finding a niche on this channel. I don't know if I wanted to do it of self-growth. I don't know if I want to do it about gaming. I don't know if I want to do it about the gospel. So bear with me. I know it's a little confusing. So thank you for visiting the channel. Thank you for liking the videos. Thank you for everything. As I always say, we're going to talk just a tiny bit about the gospel, usually when it comes to man perspective. And I just want to read something quick for you. For the people out there, get the job done. That is what I want to speak about today. That's going to be pretty quickly. Get the job done. And what I mean is, I read the whole thing, but this is what I get from get the job done. Get the job done. If you have a video, get it done. If you have to exercise, get it done. If you have to tell something to someone, get it done. If it's positive and it means well, get it done. If it means to invest your money or push yourself out of fear or anything that is holding you in this planet, go ahead and get it done, man. You only have one life, and we should live it at a 100% free of fear and free of discouragement of family members and people out there, because this world is not really nice, but nonetheless, get the job done and get it done properly, because I know you can do it. Okay, let's go. Let's get started with the main topic of the of today, the connection, of course. The future of gaming. Where's the future of gaming heading? I have experience with games ever since I was a child. Um, I was just thinking about it earlier, and I don't really remember the age, but I do remember it was the Nintendo, regular Nintendo, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and it goes all the way up to, my God, the Switch 2 now, the PlayStation 5, and I haven't had the opportunity to actually play with the Xbox One. Um, why? I don't have nothing against the Xbox. I guess it's the lack of internet that I have. Maybe in the future I will try the Xbox. It's a very solid console, and there's a bunch of games that I want to try and I want to play. Definitely when it comes to the Xbox. But currently my two main consoles is the PlayStation and the Nintendo Switch 1 and 2. But nonetheless, let's get it started. What is um, modern gaming for me? Modern gaming for me is 4K, high frames per second. We're talking about computers. We're talking about PlayStations. We're talking about Switches, Xboxes. I'm talking about something very powerful. I'm talking about the enlargement or inflation of modern games that we receive in a incomplete form that I don't think I'm the only person that sees it. I think a lot of people see it. But let's talk about the pros. Let's talk about the pros on modern age gaming. 4K. I think I think that can go both ways. I have played uh games in today's day that are not 4K, and they are brilliant. one of the games that I can actually talk about is Balatro. In it's a basic point system card game uh, that you have to make poker hands to beat the level. Not 4K. I mean, it could be 4K, but in the graphics itself is very uh, old school, not pixel, but old school graphics. But it's so solid. It's so good. Uh, and it's not when I say about 4K, I'm not turning it down to be a 4K, but what I'm saying is it's not a high flagship game such as, my god, The Last of Us, God of War, Call of Duty, Madden, all these high flagship games that you receive. Whew, that song hit me hard right there. Gotta turn it down just a tiny bit. Uh, and it's not a game that has a very strong punch when it comes to 4K resolution. 4K is good. 4K is a hit. 4K is something that in today's modern world everybody sees as, oh wow, wait, this is incredible. This is something different. This is something that we can actually see our future do, and uh and what I mean about do is everybody wants to have 4K. Everybody wants to have now, I think, 8K. I'm not really sure if that exists yet or games that exist, but I doubt it. But it's coming. Yeah, it's probably on their way to come to 8K. Uh, Frames per second. Everybody wants a high end frame per second, and we now, I don't mean about we, but the companies are making very heavy games that require a lot of frames per second, requires a high end 4K resolution. So it's a good, yes. Does it make the game? Not quite. I have played, how I said, many games that don't have that specification of 4K resolution. So, um, what type of games do I see? Um, what type of games do I see in 2025 growing, staying, and and impressing people this year? Uh, I think the fact that we getting more Nintendo Switch games is amazing. The fact that we are getting more uh, 4K resolution games in the Switch is gonna be revolutionary. When it comes to Nintendo, you actually don't see them competing against the flagship consoles such as PlayStation and Xbox. But I think that's gonna revolutionize the gaming industry, especially coming from Nintendo. Nintendo have always been uh, that type of console or industry that always want to go their way and not specifically follow the rest. So I think we're gonna see a lot of Nintendo games taken off the water coming out, coming very strong this year, especially when it comes to Mario Kart World, which I think they have a update and they kind of ruined the system of it, and I think the hype is coming down a little bit. Remember, games tend to have a kind of a hype um kind of a hype moment and then turn down a little bit. So I hope That is not the case for Nintendo and Mario Kart World. Um, and of course, next month, which is in a couple days, we will receive Donkey Kong Bonanza. To me, that game looks really good. I will say it's Breath of the Wild with Donkey Kong in it. So I think it's very good. It's very solid when it comes to the graphic, and I hope uh, from what I saw, the gameplay looks really good too. So I see Nintendo prospering when it comes to their game. I see a lot of indie games prospering, especially that the indie games are just pulling that out the water. The indie games are doing way, way better than the flagship games. I have played so many indie games that are amazing, and they getting awards, and they getting uh, rewarded, and they getting so good. The indie games are getting so good compared to these flagship companies and games. So that's what I see from. So that's what I see from the future of gaming. Uh, what I think about the negativity, or I don't want to call it negativity. What I want to call it is the downside of gaming. The bad things about gaming, or the dark side of gaming. We're gonna go Star Wars on this. The dark side of gaming, to me, it will be the microtransactions. For example, and I'm not beating the game. The game is good. Fortnite, I think it's one of the most popular games right now without the release of GTA 6. But I don't want to make it about Fortnite. Let's go to GTA 6. GTA 6, it will break the gaming industry. And if a lot of you know already, GTA 5 was full of microtransactions. If you think that Rockstar will not take the advantage of actually including microtransactions in their games, my friend, you are crazy. GTA 6 is gonna blow the microtransaction industry off the water. That is gonna be insane and crazy, man. And not to say, I hope and I pray that GTA 6 come out completed. A lot of the games out there are not coming completed. A lot of the games out there are not coming finished. So once again, don't get me wrong. Love games, love the industry. But once again, games are not coming out finished. What that means, you probably gonna have to pay 60. In this case, we already paying 80 for Nintendo Switch games, and they are not completed. Now, $80 for Mario Kart World, it was a finished game. A lot of characters, a lot of courses, a lot of things. 80, it's a lot of money though. A lot of people, a lot of parents out there will have to pay $80. You know, if a kid or somebody's asking for it, or even yourself, if you want to buy that $80 game, fine and dandy. But it's 80 off the pocket. We getting close to 100, and that's without including a DLC. DLC nowadays are 20 to 30 and $40, and they just give you a little bit. So be mindful of that games are not being completed, DLCs are coming, and microtransactions are a thing now, or been a thing of the modern era of games. So talking about that is the expectation that we follow on the games nowadays. So we live in a world of social media. I do social media. I do content, but a lot of content creators run the hype, run the wave of hype, such as the Nintendo Switch 2. Everybody was saying that nobody would have bought it. The same thing with Mario Kart World expectations. People are saying that they were not buying the $80 game, and as I remember I was one of those people saying, oh, man, this is a little expensive. We're talking about almost, really and truly, almost $600 towards a console and a game. So don't get me wrong, I love the Switch. I love what they did with the Switch. But to me, it was a little bit overhyped. And I have to fault even myself. I had to fault myself. I have to fault a lot of those influencers and social media that hype the game. So, hopefully we can start reviewing the games and speaking not as hype of not as hype, but for what they really are. So we don't have too long. The weather's getting bad, so it's gonna cut this video a little bit short. Mobile games, I'm not gonna talk about it. You know about mobile games. They good. Some are bad. Some are great. Not as gaming computers and PlayStations and regular modern a home consoles. Phones are getting better, but I don't think it's gonna take. I don't think it's gonna take the spots for those big, big home consoles that we now getting, such as the regular big three and the computers. Uh, is gaming still for the players? I think I have talked that subject already. I I hope so. I hope so. I hope that Nintendo and all those companies are really putting us first as a top priority of uh, policing. But as I see in the modern era of gaming, microtransactions, uncompleted games, uh, all this crazy stuff, I don't see it. I don't see it happening. I see that the companies are going towards more of selfish business and industry wide profits. But gaming is not gaming industries are not the only industries are doing that. Every company, every uh, food chain or chain out there when it comes to business are doing the same thing. They are being very selfish with their money. They are holding tight of their money. It's more for the company than for the employee. So it's not only gaming, it's everybody. Even though we are the first main customers of those gaming industries, we also are for some other companies. Uh, where do we go from here? Can gaming can gaming can gaming come back like those old times that we was used to receive complete games, free DLCs, free this, free that? I don't think so. I think it's a money hungry industry. Uh, I hope it get better. I pray that it gets better, but hopefully, uh, that's the case and that could work towards our favor. But it's really hard to tell. It's really hard to tell. Um, it's really hard to see it at this moment, especially with the high flagship games and things that we are receiving at this point at time. So, what is your favorite console game? What is your favorite game that you're playing in 2025? What you've been on for a little bit that you want to me to talk about? Um, for example, me, I will tell you me. I've been playing Mario Kart World. Very solid game, very good game. Very, very, very graphical game. Fun game to play with the family and friends. It's a worth $80. I know. Does it have a lot of things? Yes. Is it fun to play? Yes, it is. But does it withstand $80 being Nintendo? that will stay $80 for a long time? I think not. I really think not. So I hope you like this episode. I really hope you like this episode. I'm doing my best. Hopefully, this is a niche that I can pick. Hopefully, this is a niche that I can stick to. We'll see in the following upcoming weeks. I have two niches that I am picking so far, and that will be personal growth and gaming. I love both, but we'll see which one will stick the most to this channel. Once again, we are here at The Connection, and I hope you like this episode. Follow and like and comment for support. If not, your view is sufficient. So thank you so much. See you in the next episode. Peace.